Two of the best trying to figure out a way to win this one and get to the national championship semifinal that starts on Thursday. Kleinman. Got to get her going here down the stretch.
And you serve number 15, Cook.
Both teams at that break hitting 357 here in set number 3.
So 2 setters in on this rotation now for Stanford. And there's one of their setters up at the net. What a block from Cassidy Lickman. And she had some help from Walker.
Well, a beautiful save in the back by Natalie Hagelin, the libero for USC, but that put her out of position just a little bit for that block as it came over.
Pancake from Cook. Joust at the net. Still alive. Jupiter mixes it up. And Kleinman finally puts it away. Stanford up by 2. 2010 NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship begins Thursday, December 16th at 7 Eastern, live on ESPN2 and in HD. We'll see which of these 2 teams can get there. Stanford leads USC by 2. We are tied at a set apiece. Who will get to Kansas City? We'll find out coming up next. This is the Dayton Regional, the first of 4 regionals, 4 teams trying to get to that national championship in Kansas City. Stanford and USC tied at a set apiece. And coming up after us, University Park, Penn State trying to hold home court, while Duke tries to become the first ACC team to get to the national semifinals. All day volleyball here on ESPNU. After that, 2 more regions, Texas and Washington, as USC gets the point at the net.
The winner of this one will face the winner of the Seattle Regional, and it will be a Pac-10 school. It will either be Cal or Washington. That will be interesting. And then at the other brackets in Austin, Purdue and Texas, and as you mentioned, Penn State and Duke. Penn State, they'd like to be a 4-peat. Is that even possible?
Wow. Well, they were the first to become a 3-peat. Now they're trying for their 4th national championship. But, you know, a lot of talk during this NCAA tournament about the seeding, and you know, you've got to wonder. I know the NCAA committee, 10 members that make up that committee, are watching this match. 4 Pac-10 teams all in the same side of the bracket. I know there'll be some talk about that. Is that what they intended? So the NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship, it starts Thursday in Kansas City on December 16th. You can see it live at 7 Eastern on ESPN2. For more information, go on to the NCAA Volleyball Championship site, ncaa.com. That's your official online home for all 88 NCAA championships. That site was awesome last night. It has an interactive bracket. You could click on the teams. It would take you to a video cast, a podcast. Awesome site, ncaa.com.
Technology today, it is something better. You're right, and it's oftentimes very difficult to pull up video for whatever match or game it is you're wanting to see. So it's very nice to be able to see some of the great matches that were going on.
I had a coach tell me that they think one of the reasons, as we look at this replay,
short quicks, now Stanford attack in the middle. Both of these teams trying to exploit the middle.
One of the reasons that, you know, the seeding process can improve over the years is that there will be more games on TV. You know, the NCAA Women's Basketball Committee, they get to see hundreds of games over the course of the season, see teams with their own eyes more. About 100 volleyball matches were televised this year, and as that increases, you've got to think that that will just improve the body of work that the committee can choose from. Absolutely.
I think just the exposure, I think the game of volleyball is just getting better and better, and that people want to be a part of it. You know, the regional sites, the fans have come out. It's a little bit chilly here, but they have braved the weather here in Dayton, and they are backing these 2 teams.
University of Dayton was a seeded team that was expected maybe they'd be here. As we see an illegal hit called, and Stanford comes storming back. Now they lead at 21-18, and they're getting the fans on their feet.
Stanford got to play at home, a win against Albany, a win against Colorado State, and then faced a very tough Ohio State team here yesterday.
Moana trying to grab some of that momentum back the Cardinals seem to have stolen in the last few moments.
She's the player that turned it around for them in set number 2 and allowed them to get that win.
21-19, Stanford leads. Lichtman is roofed the block, and guess who's in on that block? Fenoy Moana.
All emotion, read it perfectly. She was just waiting. Look at the lateral movement, get yourself over, hands up and over, and some emotion. It's plays like that, momentum plays can shift the match around.
Well, coming up later tonight, we told you there's about 9 hours of volleyball on TV, and some of the most exciting will be later this evening, California and Washington. That regional, very interesting. Some fireworks last night after the Washington match against Nebraska. Yeah, coaches didn't want to really connect at the handshake, but much more interesting topics about that region.
Yeah, some close plays, and for Washington, they get the win, the only unseeded team that is left. And Jim McLaughlin's team, he and John Cook face each other at against Nebraska, and a little bit of a disagreement at the end. But we talked to Mick Haley about that here today, and he said, I think it's good. It shows you how much it means to get these wins. And when you see these two Pac-10 matchups, Rich Feller's team at Cal, they're the team that Russ Rose at Penn State said he's concerned about. They are a team that beat this Stanford team 2 times in their Pac-10 season.
Carly Lloyd, their outstanding setter, one of the candidates for National Player of the Year. And you think about that. Here's Carly Lloyd at Cal. She's a co-champion with Stanford and Alex Kleinman, who was the Pac-10 Player of the Year. So who is going to be the National Player of the Year? I know who I would vote for National Freshman of the Year. Fallon Fenoy Moana. Hello.
483.
Haglund serving now, the freshman for USC. They trail by a point here in set number 3. A best of 5. Wopat mixes it up, and that is some savvy from a freshman.
The hang time from Carly Wopat. We see her kind of hanging. Just at the last second, saw that double block come up. She just tips it up and over. You got to make those split-second decisions.
And the deception, the arm swing comes up looking like she's going to bring the heat, and she rolls it nicely.
You're right. Threw that double block off, full arms up and extended, and she just tipped it up and over.
2-point Cardinal lead. And the Trojans answer. Fenoy Moana tries to mix it up, but defense is there. Back row, Jupiter is dug up by Lichtman. Fenoy Moana. And there is a violation. They don't give her the kill. We're waiting to see what the explanation is. He's calling it an illegal hit or lift.
She is frustrated. They're going to say she carried it, I'm sure.
Bateman, the captain, is over here talking to our official, Brian Hemmelgarn. Tries to argue her point, but to no avail. Stanford, 3-point lead, trying to close out set number 3. Fenoy Moana, she was mad on that one. She was going to make sure there was no question on the legality.
Her 16th kill of this match.
Kleinman, 17 kills. The freshman, Fenoy Moana with 16 kills. Whose will win out? And Stanford a point away from taking this set number 3.
This is a big one, and that was a big hit from Alex Kleinman because we really haven't said her name much as of late, and they found her finally.
USC calls timeout.
So Mick Haley calls a timeout. They trail Stanford by 3. So many great sports. The men's soccer final has been going on. We've got the women's volleyball tournament. There are so many great things coming on. And the player of the year, we were just mentioning it, is who do you go for here? There's so many worthy candidates. Who do you like?
We've been talking about this for a while, but a lot of things change as you get closer and closer. Teams get knocked out, and then you say, oh, maybe it's this player. But these are some of the players that we think, and we've seen a few of them here. Alex Kleinman, the senior that we're watching right now here against Stanford. Kelly Murphy, even though Florida was upset, she is spectacular. Another one of those players, she's a setter and a hitter. I'm always impressed. Britt Delano from Nebraska, she is something, just the size that Nebraska has. And Julianne Fawcett's a player that when she started out at Texas, everybody thought, oh, she's going to be the one. She's been a little up and down as a player, but this year been consistent. And I like Tara Murray also at Cal. I got to give her a little bit of props there for Cal, because I think she and Carly Lloyd are a great combination.
Fawcett with 19 kills last night to get Texas past Illinois in 5 sets. And here's Kleiman, 18 kills, hitting .349. 43 attacks, only 3 errors. She's been very efficient.
Just so steady, just that calming presence out on the floor.
Wow, Jupiter from the back row right down the pipe to bring USC within 2. Stanford, though, still with the set point. Illinois Moana with some service errors in this match already. Can the freshman calm down here? Nice serve. Kleiman. And a lift gives the set to Cardinals. Stanford Cardinals survive 25-22 and take a 2-1 lead in the match.